Alright, this is a quick review on multiplying decimals. When you multiply decimals, your decimals do not have to be lined up, but instead you can line your numbers up. Do you see how my numbers are lined up, but my decimals are not? That's okay. So when you multiply decimals, multiply your numbers like your decimal wasn't there. So I'm just going to go through this long multiplication and pretend like my decimals are not there. So 3 times 2, 6. Remember, line your numbers up. 3 times that 2, 6. 3 times 0, 0. Now I'm doing the 1. Since I'm starting with the 1, I will start in this column right here, right under the 1. 1 times 2, 2. See how my 2 is right underneath my 1 lined up? 1 times that 2, 2. 1 times 0, 0. Now what do you do? Add. Remember that's a 0, so that'd be 6, 8, 2, 0. Now to put our decimal back in, you count how many numbers are behind the decimal place. This is behind the decimal, that's behind the decimal, that's behind the decimal. So 1, 2, 3 numbers are behind the decimal. Any number, the decimal is always right here at the end. So you start at the end and go 1, 2, 3, and that's where your decimal will go. Okay? So there are 3 numbers behind the decimal, so you count over 1, 2, 3, and your decimal goes right in front of there. So that answer is 0.286. Alright, let's look at 17E12. Remember I said when you multiply numbers with decimals, you line the numbers up. You don't have to line the decimals up. Do you see how these decimals are lined up and the numbers aren't? I recommend rewriting it so that your numbers are lined up. So that means it would look like this. If I did it to where the numbers are lined up, it would look like this. Or I scoot my 5 over to where it's under that 5. So all my numbers are lined up and my decimals aren't, and that's okay. Now I'm going to multiply it and ignore the decimals. Okay, I'm going to multiply it like that decimal, those decimals weren't even there. So 5 times 5, 25, carry that 2. 5 times 0, 0, plus that 2 is 2. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times that 0, 0. Now, we're starting with the 4, so I'm going to scoot over here. Some of my students like to do this, put an X there to know not to mark in that column. Okay, 4 times 5 is 20. Carry your 2, nope. Carry the 2 here. 4 times 0, 0, plus 2, 2. 4 times 0, 0. 4 times 0, 0. Now, if I did this 0, I would start in this column, 0, which means there's 2 X's now there. So 0 times 5, 0. 0 times 0, 0. 0 times 0, 0. 0 times that 0, 0. I'm just going to put it in there just to... Okay, now we add everything up. So that would be 5, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. Now you count all the numbers behind the decimal. That's behind the decimal, behind the decimal, behind the decimal, behind the decimal, behind the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you start here at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your decimal goes right there, and your answer would be 0.00225. Alright, now let's look at 17F13. Remember, when you multiply with decimals, you line your numbers up. Well, these numbers are already all lined up, so we're ready just to multiply. You multiply as if the decimal wasn't there. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 2, 10. Carry that 1. 5 times 0, 0 plus 5 times 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. Now I start with the 3, so I better write my answer here. It means you can mark that out if you want. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 0, 0. 0 times 1, I'm starting right here. 0, because there should be now 2, scoot over. So if I start with 0, my answer better line up right under 0. 0 times 1, 0 times 2, 0. 0 times 0, 0. Now you add everything up. 5, 3, 7, 0, 0. How many numbers are behind the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So your answer, and you can use your calculator to check, your answer should be 0.0735.